people go, ah! What if something's happening and the child doesn't want to hear it? What does the child do? These traits stay with us as adults. And they did some studies, it was really interesting, because what happens is we go to do that as adults, but then we change just as we get there. If you're saying something that's not true, and again, these are just very kind of out there kind of observations. It doesn't happen 100% of the time. But I'll give you some idea how it works. If you're saying something's not true, if a kid says something that's not true, they go, as an adult, if someone's kind of lying, they're kind of talking and then they like scratch their nose. Yeah. Or if you're saying something and that person doesn't want to hear it, instinct as a kid is to do this. They might go like that. It's kind of they're halfway there. These are little tells, little things that are in body language. Now we're not going to go into detail because that's a whole day.
There was a very interesting program. It was on one of the, I can't remember the channels, on one of these satellite channels where they were talking about body language and how you can tell if somebody's lying. And they were using the case of, you know, Bill Clinton with the Monica Lewinsky affair. It was obvious he was lying, and they were showing like a video clip. It was like a news report, and when he said, "I did not have sexual relationships with that woman," what he did, he pushed his tongue out slightly like that, and they said by him doing that, he was actually pushing the lie out.
Yeah.
Really good
program.
Or people, if people who tend to lie, they will sort of hide their hands, that kind of thing. They will probably, if they're sitting down, they might sit like that. Or they're sort of trying to push the truth away.
Yeah. We also got to be very careful we don't over-analyse this.
Yeah.
You know, again, to go into the details of what I gave you was just an example, but you know, we're not going to be sitting there talking to someone and saying what they think, what they're thinking. This is where you can trust your natural instinct. Just trust yourself, and the chances are, you know, you're going to be right. It's human nature, because, as I said at the beginning of the day, that over 50% of communication is through body language. But there's a few things that we can, you know, make sure that we are aware of. If that person doesn't really want to talk, you know, they could turn away from you. Eyes might wander. They could be sitting there, kind of, eyes go cold, and they're like, oh, just pick a bit of lint off my clothes. You know, it's all a way of I'm just turning on. But again, you'll naturally pick that up. But it works the other way around. How do they read your body language? So when you're talking to someone, in fact, we can have a little bit of experience. Can I have a volunteer? Who would like to volunteer? Come. Hi, boys. This chair. Can I grab your chair? You can have this chair.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to pinch your chair. This is your chair. Oh, I'll pinch your chair. When was the last time you went on holiday?
Oh, it was about 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Okay, Ruth. Did you have a good time?
Sort of. It was a mixture. Yes, yeah.
So we're going to use that. Actually, is there another time, maybe a party or something you went to that was a lot of fun? You really enjoyed? Something was really fun.
I'm just trying to think of something. Last night, yes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, we were together, that was it.
Oh, okay. Okay. We use that as an example. There's a technique to build rapport. You learned about how to ask questions, what to listen for, things like that, which helps speed up rapport. Body language is a very powerful thing. It's called mirroring. What one person is doing, naturally we do this. So if you're having a conversation with a group of friends and someone leans in, they've got something to say, everyone starts to lean in. And if someone comes back, oh, I'm really relaxed, and they say, oh, what a lovely day, they all kind of sit back. Some people are like, oh, I like this, some people like to do this. And you actually will affect people. So if you've got a negative, Ruth wants to tell me something and I'm like this, is she going to give me her full attention? Because it's all she's going to go, what's the point? So what I can do to build and speed up that rapport is very gently mimic what Ruth's doing. And what we're going to do is I'm going to demonstrate how it can really open things up, but also how it can also put people off if you change your body language. So is that okay, Ruth? Okay. So last night, ooh, intriguing. Okay, so what happened last night?
Well, I met a friend from work, and we were going, she was going to come back to my house to help me cook a curry.
Okay.
She's Asia. So we didn't. We changed our plans, and I said,
Okay.
Let's go to the pub. So we were going to go to this pub, and we decided, no, we won't go to that pub, we'll go to another one.
Well, what made you change the mind?
My friend said that this other pub would be better. So
Oh, okay.
I thought, well, because I changed her plans, then
Bit of give and take.
that's it,
Fantastic.
compromise. So we went to this pub, and we just thinking, I used to be in this team where she worked, and I'm no longer in that
What
team.
kind of team?
It's an IT team.
Okay.
Information technology team. So I used to work in this team, and I've moved to another team. And I just thought, well, that's the director there of the team that I used to work with, going into the pub. You know, I thought, well, that's odd. Why would he be, you know? And then when we walked in the pub, the whole IT team
Oh,
were in there. So they were having a party because somebody was retiring.
okay.
So they thought we had gone to the party.
So you were there?
That's it, without knowing about it, that's it. And that, I think they'd forgotten that I hadn't worked there for about a year and 8 months, and just was coming over, so, oh, Ruth's coming in, Ruth's come, you know, and so it was really nice, and everybody was buying me drinks, well, not everybody, a few people were buying me drinks. So it was just a nice gathering of people that I used to know and get on well with, really, so it was quite fun.
And what were you doing during?
Oh, well, we had a meal in between time.
Uh-huh.
We had a meal in between times, and it was nice. And my friend had a sweet as well, which was, you know, sort of totally bloated at the end of the evening. And then we went off to the
Okay, we'll stop right there. Thank you very much. That was Can you see what happened? Can you see how we started off, and I started to mimic Ruth? She was moving her hands, I was moving, I was nodding. How did you feel when I started?
It feels awkward because I know that you don't want to know that you've lost interest.
Well, that's your perception.
That's my perception.
That's your perception. And I didn't actually say anything, did I?
No, you didn't ask me any more questions, and you were sort of on your own world. Yeah.
But you picked up on that, and that kind of really stopped what you were trying to say.
Well, it interrupted my thought pattern. You know.
And did you enjoy talking about it?
I didn't know because I kept thinking he doesn't want to know, and I've got other thoughts coming in thinking he doesn't want to know. I'm not really interested. I need to cut this short. You know, yeah.
So, thanks to Ruth, a
Thank you, yeah.
perfect example of your body language can influence other people. So if you start going off in a different direction, you're not giving someone 100%. It throws off. But what happens if you start to mimic them? And I don't mean copying them word for word, so you're, you know, one of these mind things, you know. But if you start mimicking them, you're basically creating what they're creating, and then you become as one, almost. And that makes people feel very comfortable. If you're doing the opposite or something different, it can make you feel a little uncomfortable. If you want to take it a little bit further, it's going a little bit more, what you can also do is your tone of voice. You notice my voice went up. And as soon as Ruth started getting excited, I was getting excited. Oh, and then these, oh really? This is great. So I'm mimicking that. But also you can use breathing patterns. Babies do it all the time with their mothers. So if you really want to really get in there and use a lot more details, watch people's breathing and try and match them. And even the pace, if they're talking slowly, well, very thoughtful, and I'm explaining this to you, then you can respond, well, that sounds really nice, I like it, please tell me more. And you've got the same pace. And once you kind of get that, and you start building a rhythm, you can change that pace, you can start influencing people, because they can start following you. So if I started leading you more, when you get really excited, you could lead it more. And that'll be a whole different one. So, give Ruth a nice round of applause.